I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. There's another paid request, this time from Michael. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics or reactions or reviews or re-reviews, pretty much any, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the new film, The Jungle Cruise. And people don't say I'm too harsh on this, but you know what? Someone once said that 95% of movies suck. You maybe have a 5% margin of success. I agree with that theory. I agree with that the percentages. I liked Nobody. I liked Willy's Wonderland. I liked Boss Level. There's this film called Wrath of Man with Jason Statham, which I'll review soon. I liked that film. Run, Hide, Fight was another one. But it seems like for every once in a blue moon, you have either terrible movies or agenda-driven movies or just lame, forgettable, lazy movies like this. And I'm sorry, if you like the film, that's cool. To me, like I said, it's a forgettable, lazy combination of 1999's The Mummy and the first Pirates of the Caribbean film. If you put those two together, you get this movie. I thought it was derivative. I thought it was boring. I think it's one of those movies after a week you will forget about. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, his performance is now on autopilot. The Rock has go-away heat. Yeah, X-Pac heat. Okay, for those who know wrestling. Just go away for 5 years. Don't be another film. How can I miss you if you've never gone away? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, can have charisma. He did give good performances. I liked him in some of the Fast and Furious films, like Fast 5. I liked him in The Rundown, which I think is his best film. If you want to see a better Disney movie with The Rock, go watch Race to Witch Mountain. That film, The Rock seemed more gung-ho. He seemed more lively. He was more fresh. He had a more likable character. Cab driver, normal guy, extraordinary situations. And that film actually implied some practical effects, which was pretty damn good. Yeah, there was CG, but there was actually some practical stuff, and that movie was actually fun. Yes, for a Disney movie, Race to Witch Mountain was actually fun. And no, Rod, don't do your sequel to Big Trouble in Little China. No one wants it, and it's not needed. And The Rock, I don't care for his Jumanji films. I don't care for films like Skyscraper. And this film, he's on autopilot. He's doing the same shit. He's unfunny. The jokes are unfunny. It's generic scenes of action. And you watch this film, you will get all senses of deja vu. It's one of those run-of-the-mill, you came in, it's a slider. If you know White Castle. You go in, it's eaten, and about 15 minutes, it shits out, and you don't remember it for the rest of the day, week, month, or millennium. And no, not every film has to be this fucking important mind, life, soul-changing movie. I love plenty of popcorn films. The Mummy from 1999 I mentioned. This film isn't even that. It's just so boring and lazy. And I like Emily Blunt. I like The Rock. But their performances, meh. Their chemistry, meh. Now people are like, why do you say it's like The Mummy? You have a brother and sister team, Emily Blunt and this guy. The guy is very posh British, ready for him to say cheerio. Like John Hannah in The Mummy. And then instead of Rachel Weisz, you have Emily Blunt. You have Emily Blunt or Rachel Weisz get into a situation near the beginning of the film. Has an important piece that is going to lead to this treasure. Only in this case, instead of actual treasure, it's this flower that will cure all diseases. And some of the tears, I don't know, the tears of Kevin Smith, I don't fucking know. Well, that's not rare. So whoever tears are rare. Chuck Norris, because he never cries. But if he did, his tears cure cancer. So we're looking for the tears of Chuck Norris. It's the tears of someone, but tears of Chuck Norris sounds cooler. So, oh, by the way, why the fuck does a movie like this start with an instrumental version of Metallica's Nothing Else Matters? I love the song. I like the music. But does that really fit? The Jungle Cruise, Metallica, Nothing Else Matters. It's the instrumental version. I like the music. But that's just like... That's like me seeing a fucking... If they remade that Fox Robin Hood... Remember that Robin Hood with the foxes? If they remade that live action and I'm hearing, I don't know, AC/DC's For Those About to Rock, we fucking salute you. You'd be like, I love the music, but it's pretty out of place. Pretty fucking out of place. Nothing Else Matters. Instrumental version for the Jungle Cruise. Disney's The Jungle Cruise. Okay, Metallica. What the fuck? Oh, but like The Mummy. You have the brother and sister team. They have to get a guide. Instead of Brendan Fraser, it's The Rock. The bad guys are dealing with a curse, like the Mummy was dealing with a curse, and once it lifted, same with these bad guys. And you have the love-hate between the rough and tumble guide and the lady who is from society, and then her brother is the posh, like John Hannah type of British guy, who is very effeminate, and he's effeminate because he's gay. And it's funny how people make fun of stereotypes. This is a stereotypical effeminate gay guy. As in, oh, I need 18 suitcases. Please, do not put the suitcases in the water. I need them. I was ready for him to go limp-wristed and, oh my darling. Like, holy shit. I mean, with how much, people talk about... Whatever, though. And this fucking chair is trying to... Okay. Get into the film itself. After that beginning... Well, you need the tears of Chuck Norris because it's a flower that will cure all. A backstory where the Spanish conquistadors tried to do it and they got fucked over because they were assholes, and the jungle took them and trapped them and cursed them, and they cannot leave they can't go too far from the river. So the gay effeminate stereotype is speaking. because women cannot speak. They make that very prevalent. Women cannot speak. Women are not allowed. So her gay brother, he must do it. And he's talking, and they're not listening to him because every guy, they're all assholes. And then Emily Blunt gets in an action scene where, and it's from the director of Jaume Collet-Serra. I like him as a director. The Shallows, House of Wax remake, Non-Stop with Liam Neeson. He's made some films I've enjoyed. This was a paycheck movie. This was, hey, I get a big paycheck from Disney, let's move along. This is not in his wheelhouse. I've never seen the guy do anything like this. I didn't go from The Shallows and Non-Stop with Liam Neeson and the House of Wax remake to Disney's Jungle Cruise. Until we stop with the fucking Disney remakes and Disney rides. Yes, Pirates of the Caribbean was a success. But you know what wasn't a success? The Haunted fucking Mansion. And I doubt this will be a success either. So, she steals his arrowhead and is on her journey to the Congo, which I thought, no, the Amazon. It's not the Congo, because it can't be Africa, because that'd be too offensive, apparently. So it's the Amazon this time, and they need a boat skipper, and The Rock is doing tours where he has fake stuff to scare them, and he makes shitty jokes. The orange juice factory, but I got canned. They put the squeeze on me. I purposely making bad jokes, and the people are acting as if it's 2021 going, Mommy, make them stop. Paul Giamatti's in the film for like 5 minutes as this harbor master who's, I guess, trying to be Italian. Arrivederci. Hey, Franco, how you doing? I mean, it's me, I'm Mario. That's what his voice sounds like. It's me, I'm Mario. How you doing, Franco? Arrivederci. Por favor, So the brother and sister get their love-hate relationship with the lead. They find Dwayne Johnson. A leopard comes in, a really bad CGI looking leopard. And yeah, you can say like The Mummy has some iffy CG. I could forgive it because, number one, I'm enjoying the rest of the movie. That's the thing. If I'm enjoying the rest of the movie because it has charm, charisma, the music, like that had great score by Jerry Goldsmith. Brendan Fraser was having a lot of fun and had a lot of charisma in that role. And I thought the chemistry between him and Rachel Weisz actually worked. And it had a faster pace. It had more gusto in his action. And it was a more interesting idea. It was a more interesting story. Again, this just feels like a wannabe repeat of that, again, with the first Pirates movie. What do you mean about the first Pirates? Well, the whole curse thing. And lo and behold, just like John... well, it's not, the whole movie's not this, but remember that bit where Johnny Depp is cursed, but it's only for a little bit? Only this, The Rock is cursed the whole way through. To his surprise, he's part of the curse too, because The Rock is playing a 400-year-old Spanish conquistador. I looked at Dwayne Johnson, I can see a lot of things, but I can't see a fucking Spanish conquistador. Just like I could not see John Wayne as Genghis fucking Khan. Because, Spanish people don't exist. But hey, we got The Rock. I like The Rock, but I don't buy him as a Spanish conquistador. I guess that's just me being fucking silly. Whatever. So he has a fight with this shitty looking leopard, and then you come to find out that the leopard is his buddy. And what's sad is the leopard is the fucking best character in the fucking film. That says a lot. When a CGI shitty looking leopard is your best character. Because he's even like more like a personality than some of the characters. So they go on the journey. Again, jokes of I've seen that joke so many times where the person has 18 fucking suitcases and they keep throwing it out. I saw it in 1995 Mortal Kombat when Liu Kang was throwing the suitcases for Johnny Cage. Anaconda, who is also a British guy. Not effeminate, but a British guy who had too many suitcases. Before they start on the river, Emily's Blunt is taken, put into a cage, escapes. Then the Germans are attacking them. And I didn't care for the guy who's the bad guy with the mustache. I thought he looked like he was from a fucking some type of TV commercial. I don't know, he just looked goofy and silly and annoying. He does seem like one of those people that would be in like a Saturday morning commercial. You took my cereal, young man. 9. I don't know what TV commercials I've been watching. If that's the case. I don't know. Just a German submarine is attacking them. The Rock is maneuvering the boat, jumps over the torpedo, which goes under them. And when they're on their journey, the dialogue I thought was lame. The chemistry I didn't think was there. The Rock is on autopilot. He's doing the same thing again and again. And yeah, I understand. There are actors I enjoy that did the same thing again and again. But then it got to a point where you got old and tired and you're looking for a change. And like even Van Damme. Hey, I want to be a better actor. So I'm going to do JCVD. I'm going to do Wake of Death. I'm going to do Until Death. I'm going to do In Hell, which is more for his acting. Stallone. He fell flat on his face, but he tried to do different stuff, and I appreciate it. Because Rocky's different from Rambo, and that's different from Cliffhanger, and that's different from Over the Top, and that's different from Copland. Even if you say the others aren't different, Copland, comedy with Oscar, which I like. Arnold and End of Days. That was a very different Schwarzenegger film, and I love End of Days. Like, The Rock, do like an R-rated action horror film. Or do an R-rated creature feature film. That's one of the reasons I like Doom from 2005. Because The Rock was playing a different character. I'm like, wow, cool. He gets to play a guy who goes crazy and becomes a villain. And he's psychotic and he thinks he's doing the right thing. Wow, that was actually kind of refreshing to see from The Rock. I've never seen him do that. I thought he did a good job. And then Carl Urban, Judge Dredd himself, is the hero. Again, that's one of the reasons I like the 2005 Doom film. It's not the proper Doom movie we need and deserve, but it's a fuck little better than Doom Annihilation. It's a fuck little better than this movie. Sorry, I'd rather watch Doom, which actually has a couple pretty damn good action scenes. Actually has some practical effects, thanks to Stan Winston's group. And more fitting music. Nothing else matters from Metallica. I still... The first fucking... I'm like, wait, I recognize that fucking music. What? Why? Yeah, then it's like them trying to bond. They get seasick. They go through the rapids. The leopard gets drunk and pukes. The brother says, my interests happily lie elsewhere. As in, he's gay. And a 400-year-old Spanish conquistador is fine with that. Okay. They get to a cannibal tribe. You realize it's part of the Rock scam, because he was scammed as tourists. Emily Blunt's like, I don't trust you. The brother's drinking something. Of course, you know it's going to be something gross, and it is. It's fermented spit. And then you have the conquistadors that seem like the Mummy. They seem like Arnold Vosloo's The Mummy when it's very CGI and things have fallen apart, or you have like the buds going around it. Here, you have one who is, I think, Édgar Ramírez, which I remember liking in Deliver Us from Evil. He's in the film, it feels like 10-15 minutes. It's mainly CGI. He's shooting snakes out. So notice he's more snake guys in the fucking movie. He's shooting snakes out. There's one guy who is covered with bees and honey. Is it Nick Cage? No. And he like shoots bees out. Like you have one scene that's meant to be funny where the German guy is talking to two little bees, and then you have two people going, "He's talking to the bees." Okay, yeah, it's like, whatever. Get the fuck out of here. The Rock dies, but he comes back because he tells his backstory. The movie stops for like 10 minutes to showcase all the backstory, where the conquistadors came in, the tribe welcomed them, they were assholes, except The Rock. The others were assholes, and they kept chasing The Rock and stabbing The Rock throughout the years. Finally, The Rock trapped him in a cave. They tried to get to the river, so they were turned to stone. The Rock lived for many, many, many millenniums. Well, 400 years, like I said. The bad guys find them, the German bad guys. They go to this tree. You put a lock in, because the arrowhead is a locket. Kind of like the Mummy, where they put the thing in and you turn. Purple flowers bloom. Which makes me think of Anaconda's The Hunt for the Blood Orchid. Because wasn't that about a flower that could cure stuff? I was speaking of the first Anaconda, now I'm thinking of the second one. Because yeah, the second film was a group of people on a boat going through the river in order to search for a flower that's supposed to be a cure. I don't know if that cured everything. It might be a cure for something specific. It's been a while since I've seen it. That's not really a great movie. Although I probably would rather watch that than this. And I don't even think that movie's that good. I like the first Anaconda. Saw that in the theater. I'd rather watch that than this. Because that one, I mean, yeah, from Jennifer Lopez to Ice Cube to Owen Wilson to John Voight having fun. Being over the top. The effects don't hold up, but neither do these. And this came out, that one at least has an excuse. It was 97. What's this movie's excuse? And then, like, Emily Blunt is chased, and The Rock fights some, and then the Mummy's conquistadors are there, and The Rock is like, I will save you guys, I will drive my boat, and they plug up the hole so there's no river water, so they all turn to stone, and then Emily Blunt takes the flower, gives it to The Rock, he's free of the curse, and then out of the blue, another flower blooms out of the blue. It's like there's no more flowers. Then she gave it, then another flower blooms. So I guess now she has to cure for all. So like, wait, this takes place in 1916. You have a flower that's a cure for all? What the fuck happened? Did you shove it up your ass? Well, I guess maybe this is an alternate reality where, all diseases were cured, apparently. And then, like, they do this thing where at the end of the film, the gay guy, gay brother's talking to the crowd, like at the beginning, but he's like, gentlemen, take your invitation and shove it, up your ass. And all the women clap. And all the guys are like, yeah. And so Emily Blunt, who wears the pants in a relationship, literally, is teaching The Rock how to drive. They got their leopard son, with the leopard behind them. They drive off, and the movie's over. Why did I tell the whole story of the plot of this fucking film? Number one, because if you don't want to see it, now you know what happened. Number two, because it was me trying to remember what the hell happened, because if I didn't, I'd be like, because that's what you will get out of this movie. Maybe not. If you like it, that's cool. I'll repeat, it's forgettable, it's lazy, it's generic, it's, again, derivative. The Rock needs a shake-up in his movie roles. He really, truly does. Because his shtick is getting old. You know, that charisma is rubbing off. Like, I liked Adam Sandler. Guess what? You do it enough times, people are like, okay. That's what happened to a lot of people. They got tired, and they get tired of seeing similar or the same thing, and they appreciate variety. And if you don't do the same thing, you better do it extremely, extremely well. And as I said, The Rock is just phoning it in. He's phoning it in. And if that's the case, just take a fucking break, Rock. Take a break. Take a 5-year break. Emily Blunt, I liked her from Edge of Tomorrow. I'm indifferent. Yeah, I don't think she did a bad job. I think she's a good actress. It's just her character, I'm indifferent to it. The brother character, again, is just very stereotypical. And like a gay version of the John Hannah character from The Mummy. That's really what it is. The villains, they're barely a presence, like the conquistadors. Like I said, they're probably in it for 15 minutes. There's maybe 2 or 3 big scenes they're in. There's the scenes where they attack and they kill the Rock. There's the flashback scene, and then there's the finale. And with like, go watch Congo. That's a more of a fucking adventure. Because the Congo is like, oh shit, there's hippopotamus, there's, getting shot down, crashing down, there's trials and tribulations and killer fucking apes that are ripping your head off or smashing it to bones and pieces and shit and ass, and you gotta get lasers and cut them in half and cut their arms off. Congo is a hell lot more fucking exciting than this. Ernie Hudson's a badass. Makes me want to watch Congo again. The Jungle Cruise, I guess if you need someone to watch with your kid, and maybe it's on Disney Plus or one of those. I don't have Disney Plus. I've never Disney Plus. Fuck that. I know I did not go to the theater to see it. When I had internet, I saw it the other night. Now, maybe you say I'm being too harsh because this day has been kind of shitty because, off tangent, saw this last night. Today, roofers came. They came at 7 a.m. Didn't know that was going to be a thing, so, okay, I guess I'm awake. Then pounding. And then satellite internet, because there's no other internet to get, no cable internet, so it's satellite internet, so it makes things slower, but you do with what you have. They fucked it up, whether they fucked up the alignment or something, so now the internet doesn't work, and so I have to call a technician. Well, I did, before I did this, and maybe tomorrow, and it's going to be at least $125 for something that they fucked up, and it was 6 people, and only one of them spoke English. And they fucked up. No, we didn't do anything. I'm like, you didn't do anything? Yeah, that's why it was working fine, and then near the dish, then it stopped working for, again, 6-7 hours. I mean, well, yeah, by the time I'm doing this, it's been 6-7 hours. So maybe with my pissed off mentality, fuck it, I'm more angry than usual, and maybe you just say I'm being too harsh on this film. But I think even without the shitty day and another $125, yay, good job, workers. Then if I try, it's word against word. Anyway, sorry, going off tangent. You guys don't give a shit about that. I don't know why I brought it. I don't know. Hey, you vent in a video on a screen. It gets out of your basement, and then in real life, I'm much more calm in real life because I do this. People don't realize making videos in a weird way can be therapy. If you have anger with the way the world is today, I think we all have a lot of anger. You unleash it on an inanimate object, and then feel better. Because that's the people that get bottled in. That's the one you gotta be worried. Don't let it bottle in. Just... So yes, you're on a helpless little Disney movie. Fuck Disney. Fuck Mickey Mouse. By the ears. And then... ride 'em cowboy. Up and down the hallway of dick. Just fuck the Jungle Cruise. The Rock. Fucking retire. Or take a fucking break. Because I am Sandler needs to take a fucking break. And go watch The Mummy from 1999. If you want to watch a better version of this movie, watch The Mummy. Rewatch The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. It's a fun film. Yes, heavily CGI, but it has enough, a lot of merit that I can overlook it. And in 99, it's a different era. Fun movie, unlike this. Frankly, I was bored a lot of the time. Kind of just run of the mill. You know what's going to happen next. You've seen all this before, done better. It feels like just different movies compiled together for your assembly line, for people to eat it up, and then they forget it the next day. That's what this movie is. There's no heart to it. There's no soul to it. It's just another piece of property out there for the masses. And if you like it, that's cool. It's not for me. It's not for me. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.